Out there considering weekend ministry, we would love to have you.
Every Saturday morning at 7:30, the students in weekend ministry load up on buses just like these and go out in Louisiana and preach the gospel. I'm Eric Jansen for JSBC Magazine.
Thank you, Eric. Kevin?
Here are some of the events you may want to take note of on the JSBC Magazine campus calendar. The JSBC Music and Drama Department will present an honors recital Monday, April the 25th at 7 o'clock p.m. The recital will take place in Ketchum Room 341.
The JSBC Administration faculty and staff will present a family barbecue Saturday, April 30th from 1:30 to 6 in the pavilion. All college faculty, administration, and staff families are invited.
The Class of '88 graduation banquet will be held Saturday night, May 7th in the students' cafeteria. Family, friends, and others are invited. The cost is $5 and tickets are available in the JSBC business office. The work of Jimmy Swaggart Bible College reaches around the world through the effort of the missions department and dedicated students. Since the beginning of JSBC, students have fanned out across the globe during the summer to preach and proclaim Jesus as Lord. Now, some of that contact is happening without ever leaving the 12th floor of the men's dorms. As Greg Smith reports, Missionary Amateur Radio is reaching out to God's servants in far-off places.
Dr. Pease, could you please tell us how Missionary Amateur Radio began here at Jimmy Swaggart Bible College?
I hadn't been here more than a couple of months, and one of our students presently in the practicum, Paul Pearl, came into the office and asked if there had ever been any thought given to establishing an amateur radio station here at JSBC. So as far as in the minds of Paul Pearl and myself, it's been almost 2 years that this thought has been around. Now, as far as opening the station, we acquired equipment last summer, and the fall of 1987 was the first semester that we were able to have a Missionary Amateur Radio practicum.
Okay, here we have the transceiver. It's a Kenwood TS440, power supply, speakers, and phone patch. Using this, we can transmit throughout the world, local, and basically any time or day, depending on what frequencies and all we are on and operating on. Let me demonstrate a little bit by trying to get a call and see if anybody will respond here.
Oh, so you're gonna call somebody right now?
Yes. Okay. CQ, this is KB5 EOS, CQ.
KB5 EOS, N5 LFJ.
Go ahead, N5 LFJ.
Good afternoon there. The handle here is Danny. And our QTH is Baton Rouge.
The handle here is Paul. We're Baton Rouge also. Over here by Blue Bonnet, JSBC College here.
Sounds like you still have that rig to it up in fine shape there. Well, a few moments ago, I thought I heard a little DX coming in. I don't know if it was Japan or where was that for sure. Usually Japan comes in about this time of an evening, and so I don't know if the DX is running in that direction or not there, Paul.
Well, you get that every now and then. I was telling the guys here in the room that we've talked to Australia and Japan and Costa Rica and a few other places in the past. What contacts have you made in the recent past overseas?
Paul, it's been a while since I've been very active on working on DX, generally down South America in that area.
Paul, what would you say the future would be for ham radio operations here at JSBC?
I'd have to say to provide a adequate line of communication throughout the world at the drop of a hat. You know, as soon as you need it, you've got it waiting and ready for you. And with the phone patch, it makes it widely available to anybody in the ministry or around town or in long distance if that be the need in the case.
This has certainly been a very interesting experience, and I've certainly learned a lot from the interview here that I've had with you today. I was wondering, do you think it would be possible if you could raise this Danny fellow you were talking to earlier, and maybe we could chat with him and say goodbye and thanks for participating?
We can try.
Okay.
CQ, this is KB5 EOS, N5 LFJ. N5 LFJ, you out there?
All right, real good. 7-3, Paul. And by the way, the phonetic spelling on my call is N5 LFJ or N5 Living for Jesus. So 7-3. Talk to you later, Paul. KB5 EOS N5 LFJ Baton Rouge.
Not only at Jimmy Swaggart Bible College does the school raise up pastors, evangelists, missionaries, and teachers, but communication students as well. This practicum is raising up students who have a burden to carry the gospel of Jesus Christ all over the world through missionary amateur radio. For JSBC Magazine, I'm Greg Smith.
The Missionary Amateur Radio program is suggested for students majoring in missions, but is open to any student. For more information, you can contact Dr. Pease or any member of the practicum.
Kevin, do you enjoy music?
Vanessa, I thoroughly enjoy music. For me, music is what I plug into like during the day whenever I just need that extra something to help keep me going. So in this answer to your question, I really enjoy music.
Music is one of those things which seems so easy when we're worshiping and praising God, but if it's your ministry, the demand is much greater. Leland Johnson spent some time recently looking into the life of a music student. The student you'll learn more about is Brenda Miller.
Not all of us were given the gift of music, but some people were. And today we're going to take a look at a special student here at Jimmy Swaggart Bible College who has the gift of music. She's a music major and her name is Brenda Miller.
Hailing from Carrizozo, a small town in eastern New Mexico, Brenda's roots in music started at home, at a young age, and in a very large family.
Well, I have 5 sisters and 3 brothers, and we had a family band and we would go and sing in churches and stuff. We started when I was about a senior in high school, and then we did that for like 3 or 4 years until last year my sister got married. One of them did, and then this December another one of them got married, so we're not exactly together anymore. But this summer we're still gonna, the rest of us that's left, we're still gonna do some ministry.
What specifically brought you here to Jimmy Swaggart Bible College?
This summer I came to the youth for, what's it called? The National Youth Camp that they had.
For radicals only.
For radicals only, And I saw the school and I visited the dorms and everything, and I thought, wow, this would be a really neat place to come to school. But then I thought, well, God, you probably don't really want me here because I'm where I am now, and I feel like that's where you placed me. But I got applications and everything, and I prayed about it, and I sent them in about a month before classes was supposed to start. And then about 10 days before they was supposed to start classes, I got a letter in the mail and said I was accepted.
Just in time.
And so I thought, well, that would be really neat, but I don't have any money. I can't go unless I have money. It's just caused a big problem, but then God told me, he said, if you have faith and you believe in me, you'll go, whether you have money or not, because I'll supply the need.
Amen.
And he has.
Tell us something about your typical day.
Typical day. I get up about 5 o'clock, and I pray and read the Word and get ready for class, and I go to breakfast about 7, and then I have classes till about 12, and then I go to lunch, and then have classes again from 1:30 till 3:30, and then this week we're working on drama chapel, so we're practicing on drama chapel from about 3:30 to 4:30 or 5, and then after that I go to supper, and then what time I have left I practice and get my studies done.
How many hours of practice do you put in?
I put in about 12 hours a week right now.
In what ways does your drama class help your music ministry?
It helps me in presenting myself and how to communicate what I want people to know. It takes a lot of acting to, to really, in your heart, Jesus and what he went through, and then yet to be still hollering, crucify him, crucify him. That's really hard.
Do you ever get discouraged?
Yes, many times, especially this semester. I go to my voice lesson and it doesn't go so well. I think, God, why am I doing this? What am I doing this for? And God reminds me, I called you. That's why you're doing it. But he has to keep reminding me because I keep saying, God, I don't want to do this no more. I'm tired of it. But he keeps reminding me that he's called me, and so that's what I'm going to do. It's a lot of work, and I don't know, sometimes people don't realize how much work it really is, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of practice.
You can see that studying music is not as glamorous as some may think. Rather, Brenda has shown us that music, hard work, and God's strength combine at JSBC into a fruitful work.
I would say that it's been really life-changing because God has drawn me closer to Him, and He's shown me a lot of things, how I can better serve Him and how I can better be a minister of His Word and how I can lead other people to Christ.
Reporting for JSBC Magazine, I'm Leland Johnson.
We've enjoyed spending some time with you today, but before we go, we have one more story that is both timely and personal. We wondered what you were going to be doing this summer. We suspected some of you might find a shady spot under a tree, but we sent JSBC Magazine's Eric Jensen out to find the real truth.
Final exams are around the corner. The studying is almost over, and now it's time for students at JSBC to decide what they will be doing this summer. So we went throughout the campus and asked many students and professors what their plans are for the summer. So tell me, what are you going to do over the summer?
We're going to work at a grocery store, transfer from here to Dallas, and work in church. That's basically it, and prepare for the fall semester. Save money, and that's about it.
So could you two tell me what you're going to do this summer?
Go ahead.
Well, I live in Dallas, Texas, and I plan on getting a job to raise money to come back to school next semester.
And how about you?
I plan on going to Alaska to work with a youth group up there, be in ministry, live with my dad.
Eric, how you doing?
Fine, Steve. What are your intentions after you get out of school?
As in, for the summer, okay. I'm going to go home to Montana for about a month and spend some time working with my youth group and just kind of relaxing. Then I'm coming back here in June to work with Goya. And I'll be doing that till about August, the middle of August or so. And I'm excited. I think that God's going to do some good things this summer.
So Grant, tell me, after you're done with school here, what are your intentions for the summer?
I'm going to be back here in Baton Rouge working with Goya, the inner city ministry.
What will you be doing at Goya?
I'll be ministering, I'll be working the buses, running a fellowship group, and street evangelism.
So tell me, Tim, what are your plans for this summer?
I plan to go to Boston to the Boston Outreach Center for Inner City Training and Evangelism. Dave McNeely heads that up, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into the inner city streets and just touching people for Jesus. And I'm really excited about it because I feel like God may be even calling me there for a permanent period of time. And I'm just seeking God right now about what He would have me to do as I get going in it. But I tell you, it's really been a burden on my heart. It's just to go into the inner city and touch people with the gospel. And I'm excited about it because, you know, everything that I've wanted to do for around 4 years is just coming, you know, to become a reality. And so that's what I'll be doing this summer.
Brother Richmond, could you tell me what your plans are for over the summer?
Yes, I'm planning to teach one summer term, and then I'm going to AGTS and finish my degree in July, and then vacation and be back here ready to go, I guess, in the fall, Lord willing.
What are your plans for this summer?
Well, I plan to stay around, teach summer school, hopefully do some writing.
And you, Brother Worthington?
God only knows right now.
Well, I'm planning on going home and working at the company that I worked at this summer, and my father is a pastor, and I want to get involved in children's ministry in the church.
Through our travels of the JSBC campus, we found two of the more humorous students and asked them what they would be doing this summer. So tell me, guys, what are your plans for this summer?
He says he'll be going to Oregon for the summer and looking for a job. He also plans on ministering on the weekends as much as possible.
So as you can see, the students and professors will be doing many different things over the summer. Some will work, some will just go home, some will get married, but all the students and professors will be involved in ministry. This is Eric Jansen reporting for JSBC Magazine.
Before we leave you, don't forget about two very special programs on your way next. First, we are proud to present Pergola Street, a youth issues program spotlighting youth issues. And immediately following Pergola Street is a Sacrifice of Praise with Sammy Booth. Both are special presentations from JSBC Media Communication students. And I know those students put a lot of hard work into the productions, and I think you'll really be blessed by them, so stay with us. And Vanessa, it's been a great half hour. I would like to say that I hope we see most of y'all back next fall, even you, Vanessa. And for JSBC Magazine, I'm Kevin Burton.
And I'm Vanessa Bertrand. We'd like to thank you for tuning in. And we just gave you an insight of a little of what goes on around the college campus. And we're just so glad that you tuned in, and we'd like to say have a good night.
Bye-bye.